He laughed at the absurdity of American dreams. 50,000 planes, he said, impossible. Across the ocean, a president's signature had already begun to reshape the world's machinery. America still slept beneath the hum of peacetime, unaware of the storm approaching. A man of engines, not politics, now burdened with building the impossible. Words that sounded like prophecy, mocked in marble offices, believed in dusty workshops. They mistook arrogance for invincibility and underestimation for strategy. When a democracy awakens, its footsteps sound like thunder. The future of flight was being built by hands that had never left the ground. Civilian comfort transformed into engines of survival. He had measured strength in divisions, not in dreams. Paper became metal, metal became will. Innovation is born not in luxury, but in necessity's corner. They called them Rosie, the unseen soldiers of steel. Statistics became hymns of survival. They laughed again, blind to the arithmetic of American patience. Each piston beat in the great machine of democracy. The sky was being constructed one rivet at a time. From farmland rose a fortress of aluminum. He promised one bomber an hour, and made good on it. Progress is born through wreckage, not perfection. Sleep was rationed, vision was not. Mothers, daughters, machinists, the hands that fed now forged. Time itself joined the production line. The joke was ending, and the echo was getting closer. A country had found its rhythm in machinery. He had built cathedrals of industry without bricks or prayers. Across oceans, mercy was being manufactured. The voice of resolve had outgrown the sound of laughter. What once seemed fantasy now cast shadows over continents. He understood too late that ridicule is a poor defense. Children of workers now rode the wings their parents built. Power made visible, an orchestra of engines tuned to freedom. Victory began long before the front lines ever heard it. Miracles, when repeated, become statistics. The echo of laughter returned as thunder. 50,000 dreams, multiplied by faith and sweat, filled the heavens. The empire that mocked industry now trembled before it. The city had become a forge for destiny. Each worker left carrying a piece of history beneath their nails. Competition ended, collaboration began. The number was no longer 50,000, it was 100,000, and counting. A democracy had armed itself with its own belief. The next generation inherited wings, not fear. Industry had found its poetry in persistence. His laughter had become the soundtrack of his downfall. The man who dreamed the impossible never saw how far it flew. Even silence carries the hum of past creation. He remembers the smell of oil and courage. The assembly line became the spine of civilization. Göring once mocked a dream. America answered with the sound of engines. Exhaustion was the tax of greatness, paid nightly in silence. Their love letters crossed oceans on the wings they built. Science became a weapon forged by curiosity and caffeine. Each marking was both signature and promise. Every sunrise added new wings to the sky. News became a heartbeat the whole nation shared. The ground itself seemed proud to let them go. Leadership walked not above, but among its laborers. They counted aircraft like approaching storms, too many to comprehend. The warriors of air thanked the warriors of earth. He was not a soldier, yet his weapon was precision. Patriotism glowed not in slogans, but in molten steel. History was written in chalk before it was written in books. Weather obeyed no one, but dedication defied weather. To the workers, victory came handwritten. Even labor danced when the cause was just. Discipline without resentment, purpose had replaced fear. Faith now came in the form of mutual respect. He could command armies, but not belief. Cities turned their veins into rivers of metal. A number that sounded like thunder to those who once mocked it. Words that transformed into motion, into noise, into victory. Even playtime became part of the supply chain. The whole nation became a single organism of production. His army had no rifles, only rivets. The sound of invasion felt like their own breath returning. This was industry turned into spectacle, math turned into hope. The arrogance of empires dissolved into sky. The laughter that began in marble ended in ashes. The echo of hubris still lingered in the dust. Shade given by machines built an ocean away. Even at the end, the rhythm never slowed. The dreamer was gone, but his dream still flew. Peace required a quieter kind of courage. Engines of war were born for journeys of peace. The face behind the mask was the true victory. The toys of freedom were once the tools of survival. The hum faded, but the lesson remained. The descendants of rivets still rule the air. They built history, then vanished into footnotes. A $1 salary bought the endurance of a generation. Legacy often hides in the smallest instruments. The New World learned what effort could become when shared. Every line once dreamed of wings. The sky still carries the fingerprints of Detroit. Metal sleeps, but memory hums. They never held rifles, yet their hands built victory. Ruins still whisper the rhythm of production. The laughter that doubted them became the wind beneath their wings. The arsenal of democracy did not just build machines, it built belief.